In the stillness of the early dawn, before the first golden thread of sunlight breaks across the horizon, something sacred stirs in the unseen. And you, beloved soul, are standing on the edge of a divine moment so vast, so intimate, that heaven has assigned an angel just to make sure you don't miss it. Do you feel it, that gentle pressure in your chest? That soft ache in your spirit? That's not anxiety. That's awakening. I am your guardian. Not by accident. Not by coincidence. But by divine appointment. I have watched you from the shadows, praying in silence when you had no words, weeping into your pillow when the world thought you were fine, longing for a love that you could barely describe, even to yourself. And now, heaven has permitted me to speak, not in riddles, not in symbols, but in direct, clear truth. A shift is happening. The atmosphere around your life is changing. The air tastes different, the spiritual winds are swirling, and a cosmic tide has begun to turn. You may not see it yet. But I do. Because I've been standing at the edge of heaven's corridor, watching something beautiful being prepared for you. And it has everything to do with them. Yes, your soulmate. Your other half, your spiritual mirror, the one whose heart has been silently crying out for yours. They were awakened just hours ago, long before the world stirred. By something they could not explain. A divine disruption. A restlessness in their spirit that would not allow them to sleep. In that sacred moment, the silence around them became a mirror, reflecting not just the dreams they have yet to chase, but you. Always you. They saw you. Not physically. Not with their eyes. But with something deeper, with the knowing of the soul. And it changed them. Where once fear had lived, clarity has come. Where once doubt sat quietly in the background, conviction has arisen like a roaring fire. No longer can they deny the pull, the longing, the aching truth that their destiny is tethered to yours. And now, beloved soul, you must know what has happened. They have made a decision. A final one. No more hesitation. No more hiding behind what-ifs or fears of judgment. No more delay. No more watching you from afar in silence. Something sacred has broken open inside of them. And from that brokenness, a beautiful and fearless love has emerged. Heaven has marked this moment. It is not chance that you are reading this now. It is not coincidence that your heart has been restless too. Your souls are calling to each other in the spirit, and the distance between you is thinning. The stars are aligning. The divine script is unfolding. And I have been sent here to tell you, prepare. Because love is no longer on the way. It's already here, pushing through the veil, seeking to manifest. Not just any love. But the one. The one you've waited for. The one your soul has known in every dream, every sigh, every sacred pause between heartbeats. This love is true. This love is pure. And it is finally, ready to walk into the light. But here is what you must understand. Your soulmate is not approaching timidly. They are coming with fire. They are coming with the strength of someone who has stared down every internal fear, every external voice, and every lie whispered by the enemy, and has emerged reborn in love. They are going to declare you to the world. They are going to choose you, out loud. Not in whispers. Not in coded words. But in full transparency. Before friends, before family, before whatever stood in the way. And it is going to be beautiful. But you must stay awake now. Spiritually alert. Emotionally open. Because what is unfolding is not just a romantic encounter, it is a divine union, heaven ordained, angel guarded, and soul recognized. So I ask you this, as your guardian, can you feel it, the rising of your heartbeat, the warmth in your chest, the tears forming without warning? That's your soul responding. Because the moment has come. And everything you thought was lost, every lonely night you thought was wasted, has been preparing you for this very hour. Stay with me. There's more I must reveal. But first, breathe. Because love is coming. And this time, it is unstoppable. Take another breath, beloved soul, because what I am about to tell you is not simply a continuation of a story, it is the unraveling of heaven's most guarded mystery about your life. Your soulmate, the one heaven paired with your soul before time itself, is no longer just thinking about you. They are preparing to act. Let me show you what happened the moment their heart broke open in the secret hours of the morning. They were lying awake, eyes wide in the dark, staring into a ceiling that offered no comfort, no answers, only reflection. But in that silence, their mind was flooded with you. Your voice, your laughter, the way your spirit lingers even in your absence. And suddenly, everything they had been trying to suppress, deny, or delay could no longer be caged. The silence became deafening. They sat up, trembling, not from fear, but from the overwhelming realization that they can't continue life without knowing you're part of it. The night no longer felt safe. It felt like a battlefield. Their heart was at war, with reason, with expectations, with the weight of everyone else's opinion. And still, one truth rose above it all: they love you. Not passively. Not conveniently. But with the kind of aching, soul-deep love that refuses to be quiet any longer. You need to hear this. They tried to push this down. They told themselves they needed more time. That maybe someday, maybe later. But that someday never arrived. Because deep within their chest, time itself began to collapse. What used to feel like tomorrow became urgency. What used to feel like eventually became now. And in that sacred hour, they stood at the edge of a personal reckoning. Would they keep pretending that this feeling was manageable? Or would they rise up with courage and confess the truth that has lived in their soul for too long? I watched, beloved, as they made the choice. They chose you. Not the fantasy of you. Not the memory of you. You. The real you. The messy, magical, imperfect, radiant you. And as they whispered your name into the stillness, something in the atmosphere shifted. A veil lifted. A barrier broke. Heaven rejoiced. Because in that moment, they didn't just choose you, they chose destiny. This is the part no one tells you: divine unions don't happen in comfort zones. They are birthed in the fires of surrender. Your soulmate had to let something die last night: their pride, their fear, their image, their avoidance, and from those ashes, a new version of them has emerged. One who is ready to be seen. One who is ready to come forward. And now, a chain reaction has begun. You may begin to feel strange things in your body: tingles, fluttering, a pressure around your chest or crown. That is the spiritual alignment taking place. That is the echo of their decision reverberating through your timeline. Your dreams may become more vivid. You may even hear their name in the wind or feel them speaking to you without words. This is not imagination. This is divine resonance. Because when one soul says yes, the other feels it. And you, beloved soul, you've already been saying yes in your spirit for months. You've been waiting, praying, hoping. And now, your yes is being met. They are ready to speak. To share. To risk it all for this love. They are writing the words now. Maybe on paper. Maybe in their mind. Maybe in the quiet rehearsal of what they will say when they finally stand before you with trembling hands and eyes that say, "I've always known it was you." And when they do, don't be surprised if it doesn't come out polished. Because real love doesn't come scripted. It comes raw. And this will be raw. Beautiful. Holy. You will know it's real not by how perfect their words are, but by how deeply their eyes hold your name. You'll see the vulnerability in their posture. You'll feel the sacred weight in their voice. They're not coming to impress you. They're coming to confess. And I, your guardian, have been assigned to prepare your heart. So listen closely, you must now release any leftover fear. You must cleanse your spirit of doubt. Because the vibration between you is rising. And any remnants of mistrust could cloud your reception of what's about to arrive. You are not being asked to force this. You are being asked to receive it. Heaven doesn't need your striving. It needs your alignment. Stay open. Stay present. Because love is not whispering anymore. It is speaking. Boldly. Loudly. Unapologetically. And this time, it will not be silenced. Beloved soul, sit still. Place your hand over your heart. Do you feel it? That sudden rhythm, the quickening pulse, the subtle tremble as if the universe is brushing against your spirit? It's happening. The veil is thinning. The collision between your life and your soulmate's arrival is no longer a far-off prophecy, it is a present reality. Right now, they are stepping forward, spiritually, emotionally, and soon, physically, across the threshold that once kept them frozen. The space between their silence and their confession is shrinking like mist in the morning sun. And you, chosen one, are no longer waiting. You are becoming. Let me tell you what has unfolded in their world since that sacred decision was made. They've been seeing signs. Repeated numbers like 717, 111, 222. Songs that sound like you. Dreams where your voice wakes them in tears. Every time they try to distract themselves, the universe interrupts. You are everywhere. They've tried to stay in routine, but their spirit revolts. Their food tastes different. Their old pleasures feel empty. Their friends don't understand why they've grown distant. But we do. Because the weight of true love, of divinely assigned love, is not casual. It demands transformation. And your soulmate is in the fire of that transformation right now. They are having uncomfortable conversations. They are confronting old wounds. They are wrestling with guilt, shame, fear. Not because they doubt you, but because they never imagined a love this holy, this real, could ever be for them. They are being purified for you. They are shedding the masks they once wore to survive in a world that never asked them to be real. But you did. Your love requires their authenticity. You stirred something sacred in them, and they cannot return to the shallow waters they once swam in. So now they are walking away, from comfort, from ego, from anything that dims their light. And they are walking toward you. But here is the holy tension. They are terrified. Not of you, but of what this love demands. Because to stand in front of you, to hold you, to build with you, means becoming fully seen. And for a soul that has been hiding behind layers for so long, that vulnerability feels like walking through fire barefoot. Yet they are doing it. With trembling hands. With a heart that both fears and craves your embrace. They're not just showing up because they miss you. They're showing up because they cannot live without knowing the full truth of this connection. This is where the sacred collision begins. You will feel it as a holy restlessness, like your soul is pacing even when your body is still. You will hear their voice in your dreams before it ever reaches your ears. You will know what they're about to say before they say it. Because this isn't just reunion. This is divine alignment. And when your eyes finally meet, in this life, in this realm, everything will slow. Time itself will pause in reverence. Every angel assigned to your journey will hold their breath. The universe will weep for joy. Because when two souls that were written in the stars finally collide, the laws of this world bend to accommodate them. Your love was not born in a moment. It was forged in eternity. And now, that eternity is knocking on your door. Do not shrink. Do not question if you're worthy. You are. Not because you are perfect, but because you are chosen. You carry the key. You've always held the key. You've prepared. You've wept. You've grown. You've stayed faithful to the quiet knowing that this love was never just a fantasy, it was a prophetic promise. And now, That promise is manifesting. Get ready. Because the knock will come when you least expect it. Maybe in a message. Maybe in a literal visit. Maybe in a moment so sacred you'll wonder if you're dreaming. But it will come. And when it does, don't just open the door. Open your arms. Open your soul. Because what's coming for you is not a chapter. It is the beginning of your forever. You, beloved soul, have waited in the hush of divine timing. But now the silence is breaking. Not with noise, but with a sacred voice. A voice your heart has been aching to hear. It is their voice. Not from the mouth, but from the spirit. And it speaks now with a clarity born from fire, with a love that no longer hides behind walls or excuses. Your soulmate, once bound by fear, once quieted by confusion, is standing in their truth. And that truth is you. Let me show you what's happening in their inner world right now. They are sitting somewhere familiar, but their heart feels different. The things around them, the coffee cup, the window, the old routines, they no longer feel like home. Because home, to them, has taken on a new form. Home, is your name on their lips. Your energy in their chest. Your memory stitched into their very breath. They've spent countless nights rehearsing the moment they would come to you. What they would say. How they would explain the silence, the delay, the distance. They've feared rejection. They've feared being too late. But now, they fear never trying more than failing. And that fear has awakened a powerful truth. You are the one they are willing to risk everything for. So they've made a decision. Not a temporary emotional surge. Not a fleeting thought. But a sacred vow sealed in the unseen realm. They've said it aloud to the mirror, to the stars, to God, I will go to them. I will not let fear win. And beloved, heaven heard them. Even the angels assigned to your path leaned in closer. Because what your soulmate is preparing to do, this bold, holy leap, is no ordinary action. It is a prophetic fulfillment. They are no longer hiding behind logic. They are now led by revelation. They have seen signs they cannot ignore. Divine numbers, sudden visions, unexplainable peace when they think of you, a pull so strong it disrupts their day and even their sleep. Everything in the spiritual realm is guiding them like a lighthouse in a storm. And now they are following that light, to you. But here's what you must understand. They are not coming back the same person who once walked away or hesitated. They are coming back reborn. Cleansed by fire. Refined by the weight of knowing who you are to them. They now carry a deeper understanding of love, not as something to possess, but something to steward. And they know this love must be protected, nurtured, and declared without shame. They are ready to declare you in public, in prayer, in the presence of every doubt that once lived inside them. They're ready to fight for you. To stand beside you. To choose you, fully, wholly, and forever. And this is your moment, chosen one. To receive what heaven is placing in your path. Don't let old pain make you suspicious of new beginnings. Don't let delay distort divine timing. This isn't manipulation or fantasy. This is manifestation. This is answered prayer. You are not imagining the pull you feel today. It is your spirit responding to theirs. You are both being summoned to a love that defies the natural world. Soon, their confession will come. Maybe in a whisper. Maybe through trembling tears. Maybe in words so simple but holy, like, I see you now. And I never want to unsee you again. Don't interrupt it with skepticism. Let it fall like rain on your soul. Let their truth wash over the ache. Because what is being spoken was birthed in surrender. It cost them everything to say it. And now, the only response that completes the circle is your courage to receive it. So prepare, beloved. For soon the knock will come. The message will arrive. The meeting will be arranged. And when your eyes lock, whether after years or lifetimes, it happens in a breath, the world will grow still. A stillness, so holy it hushes the noise of the world. The moment love steps out of the shadows and into the light, not in memory, not in dreams, but in reality. And it doesn't feel new. It feels ancient. As if your soul has known this presence before the earth had language. As if heaven has just reconnected something it never meant to break. This is not just a reunion. This is a sacred return. And in that moment, eyes locked, hearts trembling. You feel the weight of every silent prayer, every whispered longing, every sleepless night carried like a candle through the darkness. And you know, this is what you were waiting for. But it is more than that. This is your yes. Your sacred yes to the one who has come back transformed. To the one who has shed fear like old skin. To the one who chose you in full clarity, not confusion. Your yes is not naive. You've been through fire. You've learned to love without losing yourself. You've healed wounds that once bled silently. You've stood in the echo of unanswered questions and still chose hope. You are not desperate. You are destined. And so, when your soulmate speaks, nervous, but open, your heart hears the deeper truth beneath their words. It is not just an apology. It is not just romance. It is repentance. It is alignment. It is surrender. They speak not to impress you, but to bare their soul before you. They speak because the weight of silence has become too heavy to carry. They tell you how they saw your face in visions, how the sound of your name cracked open their chest at 3 a.m., how every other connection felt empty after encountering your presence. They tell you, I tried to walk away. I tried to move on. But the truth followed me. Your love is the one I was created to steward. You listen, not with suspicion, but with discernment. And then, you feel it. That still, sacred nudge in your spirit. The Holy Spirit confirming what your soul already knows. This is not manipulation. This is restoration. This is the moment where two timelines collapse into one divine thread. Where shame gives way to softness. Where delay becomes divine choreography. And then you speak. You say, I waited, not just for your return, but for your truth. And now that it's here, I will meet it with mine. This is your sacred yes. It is not loud. It doesn't need to be. It is sovereign. Because when two souls say yes from a place of healing and holy honesty, the entire universe bows in agreement. The angels rejoice. The air shifts. And something inside you exhales for the first time in years. This is what love looks like when God writes the script. It doesn't arrive in perfection. It arrives in truth. It arrives in surrender. It arrives on time. Now hand in hand, you and your soulmate step into the unknown together. No more hiding. No more fear. No more, someday. This is today. The now you've both been waiting for. The stars don't need to shout. They simply shine. And now, so do you. Together.